Imagine waking up, stretching your legs, and standing strong without cramps, weakness, or fear of falling. For many seniors, that feels impossible, but it doesn't have to be. The truth is, weak legs and painful cramps aren't just old age. They're often signs that your body is missing key nutrients. In this video, we'll reveal the 7 essential vitamins every senior needs to restore strength, stop cramps, and regain confidence. Stay with us until the end. Number 1 will surprise you. When most people think of vitamin D, they think of bones, sunlight, or maybe even mood. But what many seniors don't realize is that vitamin D is one of the most important nutrients for keeping your legs strong, steady, and ready to move. It acts like a switch, turning on muscle fibers so they can fire properly when you stand, walk, or catch yourself from falling. Without enough vitamin D, those same muscle fibers don't respond quickly, making your steps feel slower, shakier, and less reliable. Imagine your body as a car engine. The fuel is there, the parts are there, but without a spark, nothing runs. Vitamin D is that spark. Here's the challenge. As we age, our ability to produce vitamin D naturally declines. The skin of a 70-year-old is only about 25% as efficient at making vitamin D from sunlight compared to when they were 20. Add in the fact that many seniors spend more time indoors, whether because of weather, mobility issues, or simply lifestyle, and the deficiency risk skyrockets. Studies confirm that seniors with low vitamin D have slower reaction times, weaker balance, and up to a 30% higher chance of experiencing a fall. That's not just a statistic. It's a reality that can mean broken hips, hospital stays, or loss of independence. But the good news is that vitamin D deficiency is one of the easiest things to fix. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are excellent sources. Fortified foods like dairy, almond milk, or orange juice also help. And of course, safe daily sunlight exposure, about 15-20 minutes, can make a difference. But in many cases, especially for older adults, diet and sun alone aren't enough. That's why doctors often recommend supplements, usually between 800 to 2000 IU daily, depending on your needs. And here's the amazing part. Once seniors correct their vitamin D levels, many notice a dramatic improvement. Legs feel stronger, posture improves, energy returns, and the fear of falling starts to fade. For some, it's like turning the lights back on in a dark room. They finally feel stable again. So if you've been struggling with leg weakness, cramps, or instability, don't ignore vitamin D. It might just be the silent strength activator your body has been waiting for. Number 6. Calcium, the bone movement connector. When we think of calcium, the first thing that usually comes to mind is bone strength. And while that's true, calcium's role goes far beyond just keeping your bones dense. It is actually the mineral that makes movement possible. Every single time your muscles contract, whether you're standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, or simply flexing your toes, calcium acts as the spark that allows the muscle fibers to tighten and release. Without calcium, your muscles would be like an engine with no ignition. You might have the power, but you wouldn't be able to use it. That's why calcium is not just a bone nutrient. It's a movement connector, linking your bones and muscles into one efficient system that keeps you on your feet. But here's where the challenge begins. As we age, our bodies gradually lose bone density. This process starts quietly, often without symptoms, until one day a simple fall leads to a fracture or compression in the spine. And here's the hidden danger. When your body doesn't get enough calcium through food or supplements, it begins to pull calcium directly from your bones to keep your muscles and nerves functioning. Over time, this leaves the bones weaker, thinner, and more fragile. That's why conditions like osteoporosis and osteopenia are so common in seniors, and why mobility issues can appear suddenly after years of slow mineral loss. So how much calcium do you really need? For most adults over 60, the sweet spot is around 100-200 milligrams per day, but many seniors fall short because they don't eat calcium-rich foods regularly. Dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt are classic sources, but they're not the only options. Leafy greens like kale and collard greens, tofu, fortified soy or almond milk, and even sardines with bones are excellent alternatives. The key is consistency. Calcium isn't stored forever in your body. you need a steady intake to keep your bones and muscles in sync. There's another important detail. Calcium doesn't work alone. It needs vitamin D to help your body absorb it effectively. Without enough vitamin D, much of the calcium you consume can go to waste. That's why pairing these two nutrients together is essential. When you do, the results can be life-changing. Fewer aches and pains after walking, more power in your stride when climbing stairs, and stronger, more resilient bones that reduce the risk of fractures. So if your legs have been feeling stiff, or your doctor has mentioned bone density concerns, take a closer look at your calcium intake, because when your body finally has enough, you'll not only feel it in your bones, you'll see it in the way you move. Number 5. Vitamin B12, the nerve and balance guardian. Pins and needles, numbness in your feet, or even a shaky sense of balance, these are often signs of low vitamin B12. This nutrient is essential for keeping your nervous system sharp because it builds the protective coating around your nerves, ensuring that messages from your brain reach your legs quickly and clearly. Without it, signals slow down, leading to poor coordination, unsteady walking, and a greater risk of falls. Seniors over 60 are especially at risk because as we age, our stomach produces less acid, which is needed to absorb B12 from food. And if you're taking medications for diabetes or acid reflux, the risk goes up even higher. B12 is found in beef, poultry, eggs, dairy, and fortified cereals. But even with these foods, many seniors don't get enough. That's why doctors often recommend high-absorption B12 supplements, either under the tongue or as injections in more severe cases. When levels are restored, the difference can feel dramatic. Faster reactions, less tingling, more stability, and a renewed sense of safety with every step. Number 4. Magnesium, the cramp-calming mineral. Few things are as frustrating as being woken up in the middle of the night by a sharp, painful leg cramp. That sudden tightening, the struggle to stretch it out, and then lying awake for hours, sound familiar. Magnesium may be the missing key. This mineral is crucial for helping muscles relax after they contract. It regulates the electrical impulses that control your movements, preventing spasms and restless legs. The challenge is that magnesium is easily drained by stress, caffeine, alcohol, and even common medications for blood pressure and heart conditions. On top of that, many seniors don't eat enough magnesium-rich foods daily. Some of the best natural sources include spinach, kale, almonds, pumpkin seeds, black beans, and even dark chocolate. If you're not getting enough, supplements of 200 to 400 milligallons per day, with medical guidance, can help restore balance. Once magnesium levels are corrected, many seniors notice fewer nighttime cramps, smoother walking, and deeper, more restful sleep. Number 3. Potassium, the muscle balancer. Potassium is like the body's natural stabilizer, keeping muscles, nerves, and circulation in harmony. It helps muscle cells stay hydrated, supports proper contractions, and prevents the trembling or stiffness many seniors feel after walking. When potassium levels drop too low, cramps, weakness, and fatigue become common. And it's even riskier for seniors on diuretics for high blood pressure, since these medications flush potassium out of the body. Thankfully, nature provides plenty of potassium-rich foods. Bananas, avocados, sweet potatoes, spinach, beans, and even coconut water can restore balance. Unlike some nutrients, though, potassium supplements can be dangerous without supervision, especially if you have kidney concerns. So it's best to focus on food first and consult your doctor. When potassium is in the right range, the difference is noticeable. Better stamina, fewer cramps, stronger strides, and joints that feel more flexible, giving you the freedom to move with confidence. Number 2. Vitamin K, the bone protector. You didn't know you needed. Most people think of vitamin D and calcium when it comes to bone health, but vitamin K is the hidden traffic controller that makes them work properly. Its job is to direct calcium into your bones, where it strengthens them, and keep it out of your arteries where it can cause stiffness and dangerous blockages. Without enough vitamin K, calcium can end up in the wrong places, leading to brittle bones, weak joints, and higher risk of fractures. There are 2 types: K1, found in leafy greens like spinach, kale, and broccoli, and K2, which is even more powerful for bone strength, and comes from foods like egg yolks, liver, cheese, and fermented dishes such as sauerkraut. Many seniors don't get enough of either, especially if greens are limited in their diet. But it's important to check with your doctor before supplementing, especially if you take blood thinners. With the right levels of vitamin K, bones become stronger, joints feel looser, and every step feels more secure and dependable. Number 1. Vitamin B6, the energy and recovery vitamin. If you often feel exhausted after just a short walk, or notice that your legs stay sore for days after light activity, low vitamin B6 could be the reason. This vitamin is vital for turning food into usable energy, repairing muscle tissue, and supporting neurotransmitters that control balance and coordination. Without it, fatigue sets in quickly, muscles recover slowly, and even mood changes can make movement harder. Seniors face a higher risk of deficiency because aging and certain medications, like those for blood pressure or arthritis, reduce how well the body absorbs B6. Good sources include chicken, turkey, salmon, potatoes, bananas, chickpeas, and fortified cereals. Most older adults benefit from 1.5 to 2 mg per day, whether through diet or supplements, always under medical guidance. When B6 levels are restored, many seniors notice clearer thinking, steadier energy, stronger legs, and quicker recovery after exercise, bringing back the confidence to stay active without fear of weakness or instability. Ready to take the next step toward a healthier life? Check out the recommended products that can support your journey. Find the links in the pinned comment. So what have we discovered today? Weak legs, sudden cramps, unsteady balance. These aren't just random signs of aging. They are your body's way of whispering that it needs help. And often, the solution is much simpler than people realize. From vitamin D, the silent activator that wakes up your muscles, to calcium, the connector that keeps bones and movement strong, to B12 and B6, the nerve and energy guardians, and finally magnesium, potassium, and vitamin K. The full chain of these nutrients works together like an orchestra. When just one instrument is missing, the whole song of your mobility falls out of tune. But when each vitamin and mineral is restored, your body responds, no matter your age. Stronger steps, calmer nights without cramps, better balance, and most importantly, a renewed sense of independence. That's the power of paying attention to what your body really needs. The question is, are you giving your body these 7 essential tools every day? If not, it may be time to adjust your meals, talk to your doctor, or consider safe supplements. Because small changes today can create massive improvements tomorrow. If this video inspired you, give it a like, subscribe to WellNexus Seniors, and share it with someone who might need this knowledge. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these nutrients do you think you might be missing? Have you noticed improvements after adding any of them to your diet? Leave your story in the comments. It could encourage another senior to take action for their health. Until next time, stay strong, stay healthy, and remember, every step you take toward better nutrition is a step toward a longer, more independent life.